Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's go through the pairs today and see what we have. USD JPY, as you can see, price is broken up, kind of bounced, but give a fake out here. We're in a hedge position. If the price comes back here, we close the sell and we continue with the buy. That's for the second strategy. For my strategy, I'm gonna enter a buy right here because of the strong bullish candle, and we just ride the momentum up. Hopefully it can continue for a few more days. And for the team's strategy, as you can see on the left side 15-minute chart, we don't really have a trend into the zone, so this is already bounced. So we have to wait either for this to create a trend down to the zone for a bounce or for it to reach a new area. USD CAD, we need to take profit. Hopefully it continues down. Yesterday didn't have a strong move, so I'm not adding to this position. And in terms of second strategy and team's strategy, we are not at any of the zones, so we just have to wait on this. USD CHF, just simply going sideways. I'm not entering here. I don't see any momentum. AUD CHF, we have a winner on AUD CHF. That was a good entry. And for today, we're gonna continue this down with another move. We just follow the momentum, stop loss behind a strong candle, and a 1-to-1 risk reward. There's nothing for the team's strategy since it's moved away from the zone. And we are currently in a hedge. You have to wait for the price to come back up to close the buy and continue with the sell. If it happens. AUD New Zealand, we also had a winner entered here down below and it bounced very quickly. So winner on AUD New Zealand yesterday. For AUD New Zealand, so we are currently in a buy position here, expecting a bounce from this zone. Regarding my strategy, I would be entering a sell here. Reason being because of this strong rejection. I believe that price already tried to reach up here and got rejected, so it might continue down to this lower zone. For that, I'm gonna enter here. I don't consider this smaller zone. For my strategy, I only consider bigger zones where the price is shown strong rejection. AUD CAD, we also had a winner, and similarly my strategy just continue the wave down. Don't need to go that far up since it's a large candle. So I always aim to put my take profit somewhere where it's achievable in one day and somewhere where my stop loss won't get triggered by a giant wick. This seems to be a good compromise. There's no zones here to trade for the second strategy or team's strategy. AUD USD, also a winner on AUD USD, and similarly we continue the wave down, 1-to-1 risk reward. USD JPY, there's nothing to do here, to be honest. Price is just going sideways. It can't figure out which way to go, so we just leave it be. New Zealand CAD, looks like we've come to this resistance area. Might have to draw this a little bit lower, and we might have a bounce. So we're looking at this clear trend on 15 minutes. I'm gonna set an alert right up here. So in this area, if the price breaks this previous structure, comes up, and for the team's method, we can enter a buy. So we were in a buy position here, and we're hedged now. Unfortunately, I'm gonna close this hedge, a small loss. I just deleted, and I will put a hedge a little bit lower. I still suspect a bounce, the pullback, bounce up, but we just have to wait and see. There is no entry for my strategy here. There's no strong candle. New Zealand CHF, looks like on 15 minutes, looks like we had a winner. So it went up against us and it bounced back. So we had a winner on New Zealand CHF, but there's no new entry for today since yesterday it didn't give us a strong candle. Also a winner on New Zealand USD. So price did the same, went against us, came back and hit that TP very quickly. no new entries there, but in 15 minutes you can see a trend going down. If we have a break of a structure, we can trade Teams method. So I put an alert here for break of a structure. And for the second strategy, we are at the zone. Just wait for price to trigger here for a buy edge below. New Zealand JPY. So Teams strategy here, we had a move down and I entered on a break of previous high. Unfortunately, it didn't have a follow through. So that's a loss for Teams method. We are still in a buy, expecting a bounce up to this level. And for my strategy, I'm gonna enter a buy position here, stop loss below the candle, and a 1-to-1. Since we have a strong bullish close yesterday. Euro pound, we also have a winner. We moved up very quickly from there. Also gonna enter here since it's already looking like it's broken above this zone. I'm gonna have another entry here. Would go maybe 2/3 of the length of the body. Again, we want a TP that's achievable in one day. So this seems to be good enough. Same for the second strategy. We can go for a buy here since it's pulled back to the zone. We have a breakout retest and our hedge goes down below. Euro CHF still running. Looks like so we entered the Teams strategy here. I expected basically a trend down to the zone and a break of previous structure. So I entered this one on Teams strategy, but it didn't have a follow through. On my strategy, it pulled back against me. Now it's in my direction. So it's most likely gonna be in profit, closing profit today. We just wait and see. Maybe in a couple of hours if nothing happens. So this smaller zone that we made up, not really working. And we are in for second strategy, we are in 2 sales position. I'm gonna close this once I see price kind of pause and fail to move down further. Euro JPY, also a winner, my strategy. And then we follow this up. So we follow this up with another 1-to-1. So hopefully it can push back and come to these highs and maybe trying to go for a test of these highs. Euro AUD, I don't know, I'm not really considering this as a strong candle. Even though on 15 looks like a breakout retest, this is hard to tell. This is a strong candle and the rejection is very big. This is still the zone. For the second strategy, we are still in a sell and I don't believe we were hedged. Now it looks like very close, but not quite. Teams strategy, we need to see a clear trend into a zone for a bounce. And this is already paused here quite a bit. Don't see a trend, so leave it at be. Euro USD is finally moving down. Hopefully we can continue. We just put a sell for a 1-to-1. Euro New Zealand, we also have a winner. And this is why I don't like buying into the zone. As you can see, it went up all the way to the zone and it wicked down. Now if my take profit was into the zone, it would have gotten triggered and most likely today I would have lost. But because my take profit could achieve it before the zone, this was a good entry. Even though it went against me quite a bit, created a wick and came back up and did TP. So for the second strategy, technically, if I was looking at the price, I would have closed this down here when the price came back and continued with the buy or at the buy. But since I'm only looking at daily candles and I'm not monitoring this every minute of every day, this is still running both positions hedged. For the Teams strategy, we have a good move up and it's broken this structure here. I think for Teams strategy, we can do a sell price before the structure, 15 minutes, and we do a 1-to-2. EuroCAD, we had a loss here yesterday. So what happens? My stop loss was down here. Yeah, I set an alert at this level right here on 15 minutes, but I kept watching the price as well. When I realized price tried to get up there, one time, failed, second time and failed, third time also failed. That told me that this level is most likely where it's gonna bounce from. So even though my alert wasn't triggered, I closed the trade early here, about half the loss, so half R. And it seems like it was a good decision to make. Today we have the momentum down, so we're gonna sell here. So we give it a 1-to-1. Pound JPY. We had a team's strategy previously that didn't work out. I don't see an entry this pair. We are in a sell for the second strategy, but apart from that, I don't really see an entry. There's just too many wicks up, too many wicks down. Every wick can be a zone for a bounce, and I don't see a strong momentum for my strategy. So we leave pound JPY out for now. Pound AUD, still same. Nothing today. Nothing I can see. Pound USD, we have a winner. I'll put a zone there. Looks like it came down to the zone. Might try again. Still has a distance to cover. So we go again. Even though it might have already bounced, but since it's far away from the zone, you never know. Might come down again for a retest, and that gives us a possibility. As long as our TP is before that level. So do a 1-to-1. I think I'm in a sell position here. I'm gonna close this there. Good location to close, and close this losing sell here. The total of these two is a profit, and this one going up is a profit. And this is the essence of the hedging strategy. So if it works out properly, this is how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to, if you get it wrong, you be hedged, you close the hedge up, you do a sell when the price is pulling back and cancels out your losing sell. And that's the idea, basically. Pound CAD, I didn't enter on my strategy yesterday here because we were at a zone, but it looks like it didn't really respect this zone, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Today though, we're too close to this support area, so I'm not gonna have another sell into it. It might go down, but we never know. So we leave this out. If it comes close here, we can also go in for a buy with the second position. And right now we're in hedge for both. So we're hedged here, and we need to figure out what to do with this. Same thing. If the price pulls back a little bit deeper, now if I was watching it, I would have closed this here, but I wasn't watching. It's not really feasible for me to keep watching the charts every minute, or even to set alerts everywhere. Don't have enough alerts. So this one I would have closed here, and then we would have had an entry or a buy here. And if this pulls back to the middle, we can cancel these two out. But I didn't get to it. Now if today it pulls further back in, then we can close the selling profit and do a buy for a bounce. Pound CHF, we also had a win and no new entries here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close this sell and with the second strategy, and I'm gonna add a buy since it's at a strong zone. And then I'm gonna put a hedge down here. It needs to be 2 positions. I'm gonna put a hedge down here, and it needs to be 2 positions to account for this buy and this buy. Now if it bounces in the middle, we can close these two at a break even. Pound New Zealand also had a winner, though we got very lucky. Price came back almost to our stop loss and then hit the TP. It's very crowded here in Pound New Zealand. I would be selling this down. Yeah, why not? Let's sell it down. So we have this strong bearish candle. We can simply sell where the price is right now. I would put stop loss in the middle and the TP 1-to-1 before the zone. As long as it can try to reach the lower zone, looks like it's range bound between this zone and that zone. As long as it tries to reach the lower zone, we can have a win. We are in a buy here. Should have closed it up there and missed it. I'm gonna close it right here for profit for the second strategy. So we have team's strategy here. as well. So we have a strong move down, break of a structure, and a move up to hit the stop loss first. So that didn't work out. In the second strategy, this is not triggered. So do we have a zone? Yeah, we have a zone, be around this area. CAD JPY, so we've broken out of this zone twice from that. That's why I sold, but right now we're in a hedge. I'm gonna close this sell for a small loss and keep the buy open. I expect this continue up. In terms of my strategy, I'm just gonna buy here because of a strong bullish close. CHF JPY, also we had a winner as well yesterday. CHF JPY, it just broke through quickly. And I'm gonna add another position here as well, since the momentum looks to be up. We do another 1-to-1. I'm also gonna close this sell here at a small loss and keep the hedge buy position open. I expect this to go up. Okay, Nasdaq yesterday, we're here on the left on 15 minutes. I did not get an alert. So what happened? I usually just do Nasdaq first hour or so, since it's late on my time. So I set alert here and it just bounced around it and didn't do much. So I had no entry on Nasdaq. On US 30, however, I had an entry which looks like it was a loss. So I set a zone here, broke out, came back, break the structure. They broke this strong structure down and I sold. Yeah, so that's a loss on US 30. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you for listening. If you like this series, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll keep you posted. Cheers.